Timberborn and our Update 6 Let's Play. We are on episode, I have no idea, and I did say between episodes I would finish the Aqueduct, and pretty much it is. We have one last block which is about to be finished. To be able to finish it and put in the impermeable floors, I closed the bad water discharge so that I could do that. I do need to do some detonating as well, and that's going to mean, I guess, doing some other changes. So do I want to queue that up? If I do, I'm going to disconnect stuff. That's probably not a huge problem. If I disconnect the path and place the explosives, hopefully the beavers will all find their way back and then we can blow it up. I have noticed that the beavers will run through levees to build stuff in here, which is kind of worrying. Hopefully it doesn't all leak. A few other things that I've done whilst I've been playing, just kind of in the background, started extending the height of the dam or the reservoir, because we need this to hold more. It does dry out and I want to make more use of it. This was kind of a suggestion from some of you as well. Loving the comments, by the way, and I've also been exploding and placing more dynamite in here, so this is now deeper. The dynamite is actually now beyond the level of the sluices, so actually maybe it doesn't matter. And I've taken out the water pump because sorry, I'm awful with remembering people's names, but you were right, it is incredibly inefficient. And what we're going to do is we're going to make some changes to this end of the river as suggested by a couple of you, so we can use these water pumps. This is in and has been being used because we've been through a few cycles. So bad water has pooled down here from it running out of the back here. So I think there is maybe benefit in putting some bad water pumps in here just to pump this out. And it might be sensible to put some levees or dams in here just to deepen this, so we naturally store some of the bad water that runs out through here. The other suggestion I had, I think that was your suggestion, was basically to take this and try and focus it through here as well to get more power. We'll see whether we need that or not, because I'm planning to only have this be one set of levees deep. We'll see how it looks. I might bring it up a level. We might do that. We've got a lot of wood. That would probably be quite quick. I haven't unpaused yet. The other thing is I have been clearing out oak trees down here because I'm starting to build the beginnings of what we're going to do down here. So the bad water is going to divert down the back here. So you can see we've got some levees here. There is already bad water flowing through here. So I've planned for dynamite all the way down here. Let's put in a few more pieces. You might hear one of my greyhounds sleeping next to me. And the plan is that we're going to put some sluice gates across probably here or here. Not sure where yet. And the grand plan, and again, one of you kind of picked up on this, suggested something similar, is we are going to build a rather large water storage system up here. And I want to take advantage of sluice gates and the fact that you can now build water pipes, essentially. So if you've not seen that, what you can do is either through we've got an example that I can use of a natural channel anywhere. I'm looking for like a one wide block. If not, I'll just use levees to build it. Yeah, just use levees. So if you had either levees or terrain that was one wide, or you use dynamite to cut terrain that was one wide, you can then place platforms through. And previously you had to put levees on top, but now the impermeable floor stops water going both ways. And essentially you can make water pipes. So this could either be levees either side. You could have impermeable floors underneath it, so you could have this going through the air. And then my plan is to say put a sluice gate at the end and have this feeding into irrigation ponds. So, you know, something like this. So an ideal first candidate would be to have some sort of pipe running down here to this to keep this full, so we didn't need a water dump anymore. So that's the grand plan, but obviously that's quite a huge building project. And we haven't finished the first one yet, and I think that's going to need a lot of scaling up. So I will unpause in a moment. I just wanted to talk about everything else. Also, we are now this is just fresh water. We are kind of short of power. So I'm going to unpause the engine. We might need to throw in a few more large power wheels, but I had the suggestion about relocating industry over here. But I think by the time, if I remove these and put dams in, because I'm going to put something in to keep this a bit higher, I think a lot of this is going to be green, and we could maybe just start farming this and keep the industry here. Because my plan was to drop power down into the river and bring it along here. So yeah, I don't know. But anyway, let's start making progress, because I've been rambling for 7 minutes and no gameplay has happened. But I'm kind of hoping that by disconnecting the path, the beavers will actually stop going up this way for long enough for me to detonate this. There we go. So that's closed in now. Let's now make that the highest priority. And we'll try and get that done. Because I want this to all be 4 wide, because it is now, even though it doesn't look it. So this bit's 5 wide, this is 4 wide. And the flooding went away from here. I've had this paused because we're not using a huge amount of the bad water with just the one explosives factory. It seems to be keeping up just fine. So I need to empty this guy so that we can remove it, because otherwise it's going to be underwater. And we need to rework a bunch of this. Once this is in, then this area could become water storage as well. This could all become one big reservoir. But actually, I think probably what we'll do is we'll have this reservoir that feeds the river system down here. We probably won't need power generation in here, so this might all become aquatic farming. Not certain. And yeah, we'll have a bigger, essentially, like in the UK we have these kind of brick or metal water tanks. I know in the US you have them, they're kind of the rounder ones. In the UK we can often have squarer ones, and I'm aiming for that kind of squarer one with the overhangs and stuff. And basically I'm going to build it up over this, so there'll be a central column which comes up. I'm not sure how high we're going to be able to go above the map, and then we'll use the overhangs to come out and yeah, make a suspended water tank, just because again I want to play with the features and the architecture and stuff. I said architecture. If you're a real civil engineer fan, you probably had a bit of a hemorrhage there, but not a fan of its style anyway. Yeah, you can see there they've come through the levees. I'm sure that shouldn't be a thing. That might need to be a bug report. But yeah, so that should allow that to happen. Good old OBS crashed. It only happens when I'm playing Timberborn, weirdly. But this is working. I did have a moment that you guys didn't capture where Beaver went through the levee as I opened up the bad water discharge, but they've now stopped doing that, so that's good. We don't need you prioritized anymore, and this is doing what I want. So I guess the question is, do I make this 2 levies high to put power wheels in, or do I just use platforms to put the power wheels on? I think with how shallow this looks, we are probably okay to go for platforms. And what I was actually wondering is, I don't know if the new power shafts, and we're going to go somewhere where the beavers can't get to. I don't know if these no, they don't transfer power that way. Okay, so the other thing that I realized I should have done, again, it's because this is a learning process, I should have down here where I was building this, and actually it wouldn't have worked. I should have made these one longer, and then on the inside where I was cantilevering it, what I should have done is put down a I might as well unlock it. We've got tons of sites, so I should have put down an overhang that way and the long overhang that way, so that I could then stack the platforms for the power connection, so that I could keep the footprint on the ground to be a single platform, because we're now going to need to build more platforms to connect to power, which is going to be a bit annoying. I'm probably going to try and keep those on the inside, because I do want to keep this area nice and open. But what we're going to do is come across here and demolish these and let that fill up with water and see what it looks like. And I think I'm going to pause so I can plan out wheels. So I think that's probably the closest we can put the first one. Yep, and then it's every 5. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I did there. And I guess the benefit of doing them this way is I can keep the paths underneath so the beavers can get to them to build them. I probably don't want to do that one. I think what I'll do instead is maybe put one right on the corner. There and there. This is possibly not optimal, but I'm assuming that by the time we get to there, yeah, the flow has changed direction at that point, so that should be fine. We then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see I've already put paths under it all. There, there, there. That kind of looks okay. Yeah, that's kind of looking okay. It looks kind of weird with them stood so high up above, but you know. That is slightly making me think that I want to have it be double high. But I think we'll go with it. And then if we look again, yep, flow's changed direction on the corner already. So there and there. There. Don't think. No, we can't fit one there. So next will be there, there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that right? I'm losing my counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That works. So there we go. And in theory, assuming this generates enough power, I am tempted to put one on the inside there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. Yeah. I guess I could put one on the outside there, but connecting it will be a bit of a faff, so I'm not going to do that. Assuming these generate enough power, we don't really need to worry too much about gravity batteries. But what we do need to do is connect them all together. So going to empty our gear storage, or try and empty our gear storage, because I need to move that staircase. And we need a... Oh, that connecting that's going to be a bit of a meh. But it'll be worth it. So we're going to do triple platforms there, there. We need quadruple platforms. There, there. 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 And then there. Okay. So that's the start of things. What I'm not sure about whether I should do is run it along the side. I think that will look neater. So do that, which is why we need to move that staircase. And we'll need to move that. No, we can stay with that one there. Cool. I have installed some new mods as well, which I meant to talk about, and I'll just quickly do that as well while they're busy building. So I've added in the, I love these actually. These are by the guy that makes the water beaver mod. So we've got the 1x1x2 storages. So you get the long tiny pile, the medium pile, the pit pile. So if you watched my series 6 Let's Play, you'll see me use those a lot. And then you get the long tiny warehouse, the pit warehouse, and then he's also, and the pit tank and the covered tank, and he's also added in these gigantic storages. So this one holds 2,880, and then this one holds 10,000. The problem is these need ladders, and we don't have ladders yet. So then I've also added in beaver power. So if we click on this, we now have it in BP, not HP. And 1 beaver power is the amount of power required to lift 1 log 1 foot in 1 second. I love that. We've got the path extension mod, so that adds in the steel bridges. So these are mods. Most of these are mods that are available in Update 5 and the tunnels. So yeah, probably we will be making use of those at some point. But I know sometimes some people like to know what mods people are using. So there you go. Those are the mods that I've added in. I am seriously waiting. No, don't do that. Waiting for the ladders mod to appear. It's a very, very required mod. Now, yeah, so you can see this is where, as I was saying, if I'd been smarter in my design, having an overhang platform that came out of the back would have been so much more useful. But I was not smarter. So how much power are we making? 180 odd. Not a huge amount, but you know, the combined amount will. We've got quite a few power wheels, so yeah. It's obviously not a particularly strong bad water source. So let's carry on placing down all these platforms that we need. The nice thing is we should be able to build all of these from the access we have already, so that's cool. That's going to need to be a double over the top of the staircase. So we may as well continue with doubles there. Let's at least make that bit even. Let's do triples and double to there. There we go. Oh, we've got a bad tide approaching. You guys will get to see the bad water divert working. Let's kick the pace up. We've got 9 unemployed beavers. So let's do that. Let's throw in another builder's hut and another hauling post. So we'll max that out, and the lowest priority, that could be that and that. So I did put in, yeah, I put another hauling post there as well. So we've got quite a few haulers now. Although our metal production is still awful, so I need to also... Oh, our metal production has a bigger problem. So we have pretty much stripped bare our second metal spot. Thankfully, we don't need much metal at the moment because the last one... We've got 2 more ruins sites, but it's all the way over there that we need to be getting this mine going. So I did stop them cutting these trees, and they have resin on them. So let's throw in a tapper shack. Yes, putting in that number cruncher early has been a brilliant thing. It's got us so much science. So yeah, that's in. I've paused a bunch of the lumberjacks as well because we had so much wood sitting about that. Yeah, and you know, we've still got this guy trying to cut down all of these trees, so got a lot of wood available. How are you getting on? They're still slowly placing that. This is now empty, so we can delete that. Yes, we need to use the delete tool. There we go. We'll let them recover those. And get to to recover those as well. I've brought a path around the back here. So my plan, once I've built this up, is to actually have them fill it from the top from here. So rather than it coming around. But yeah, we've got this quite a lot of green over here now. Quite a lot of green. We need to also then... let's pause that to save some power because we are a little bit short at the moment, apart from after all the beavers go to sleep. And probably, actually, we could probably afford to pause a few of those as well at this point. Actually thinking maybe we could delete one of them because we need to put in the wood workshop, which is the same size. Yeah, so maybe we delete you. And we throw in the wood workshop as a priority. And we've got... Okay, so we need some storage for... Let's put in a medium storage for pine resin there. Set to obtain. And as we've got them now, we'll do a long, tiny pile for planks. So that will hold 40 planks, which is a nice amount, I think. And I'm going to high prioritize all of those. We'll also prioritize picking up all of the stuff. There we go. Oh, it seems like it's going to storm here. It's just got really dark. Yeah, I think we might be in for some bad weather. So now one of the dogs has just run into his cage as well. So that's also a sign that we might be in for some bad weather. So that's quite a bit of building work queued up. I really could fit in another wheel there, but just kind of thinking about how I would get the power out of it easily. So, yep. Let's crank the speed back up because we actually have a decent amount of metal stored and we need to think about how we're going to get across to here. And I am thinking what's the straightest line it is. Carrying on in the direction of those stairs pretty much. So, which, I mean, that's a 4 wide gap, isn't it? So we could just throw in... Again, we've got plenty of science, so it's a 3 wide gap. Okay. I think what we could do is a 3 wide bridge. And I've done it as a 3 because there's no end there. And put a platform. And then we'll have to start building stairs. To some point. And then we'll put another bridge. I guess we'll probably want to come down one more level. And then I think maybe, yeah, I don't want to really go in. Oh, wow. The rain has really started. Yeah, I think we're in for a bit of a storm. So I could, let's just log some planks actually. Yeah, I could unlock the 6x suspension bridge. And I think we could then get, and the 5x. Yeah, we could do that. I really like how they've reduced the cost of the bridges. There we go. So that will get us across there. I'm going to medium prioritize all of that. And then to build the mine, 450. Actually, we've almost got the gears. We've got the logs. We just need the treated planks. So that is not too bad, actually. That is not too bad. So it would probably be sensible. Oh, here comes a bad tide. So there you go. You can see that just switches automatically. It did have someone say that I should have these set to be 0%, but it really makes no difference than being at 1%. Yeah, this one still works as it is because we've not got this done yet. You know, it will get done. It will get done. That's got quite a while to go. So if we've got all of this in and this tree's still there, then I'll rip it out. But for now, we'll let it go. I'm going to put in part 1. I'm going to prioritize that by haulers, that by haulers, and that by haulers, and then I'm going to put in storage. Another long tiny warehouse with treated planks set to supply, because we're almost full. So let's get that built, and then I'm going to put some storage for treated planks up. I'm pointing and you can't see, can you? No. I'm going to put some storage for treated planks up near the mine. We're doing good for food. I think we could do with unpausing the berry guy, although there aren't that many berries there. I'm guessing they must be close. Yeah, close. How we don't, we're at 20 well-being, which is not bad. I'm thinking that we should get into corn soon. I also put in, I had to build more accommodation, and I put a brazier there, which is hitting all of the accommodation, which is kind of cool. So yeah, nice boost on well-being there from the brazier. But yeah, I think we'll do another well-being attack, maybe in another video. So tends to be how I do it. I'll kind of jump on that every so often. Yeah. So yeah, if we actually medium prioritize everything, if everything is a priority, nothing is a priority, isn't that the same thing I have anyway? We're going to do that, make that a medium priority. We are getting across here. I really need to empty that gear warehouse so that I can move the stairs over. While we wait for that, we can at least do this. And then we will have a power upward shaft bottom piece, and then upward power shafts to here, and then a top piece, and we might have to do some stuff to be able to build that. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's how we're going to get power out of this system into the rest of the thingy. But that'll give us access to some more power, which we need. I'm just keeping an eye on the logs. So we need to unpause down here. The food situation is okay, although these have died off, which is not so great. So if we were actually harvesting it all, we could maybe put some contamination barriers in. But for now, I don't think that's an issue. Yeah, so let's prioritize that. And then let's up here somewhere. Here, our loot, storage, large industrial pile. Do treated planks, obtain. Actually, we could do another one, large industrial pile, because we do need quite a lot of them. Obtain, and we may as well, for now, store them near to where we need them. So we might as well slow that down. Because actually we might as well only have 2 because there's only 2. Oh, there's 3, but anyway, we might as well just have the 2 there. I'm going to leave the researcher, so let's pause one of the hauling posts because we're a few beavers short again. 3 days left of the bad side, that's okay. Lots of bad water again, so let's pause that. Is that because... I'm not sure why that is, actually. He's full on bad water. There's storage for explosives there. It's running at 93%, so... yeah. Prioritize the power connections if the beavers claim to be able to get to those. So, and prioritize that. And the interesting thing is that we now can't build high power shafts. I don't think. Nope. But the ones we've got weren't removed, which is good. But we are going to need to put in a one, and these are I quite like the high power shafts for some things. I wish they'd left those in as well. But we've got that, and then we need to run a power connection like that, like that. We're going to pause that one so that we can get into the corner. And then I'll run some path along the riverbed so they can build all of that. And that's connected up now and giving us 800 HP, which is pretty nice. They are getting there on getting across to where the mine is, and that's very quickly going to empty this, which is good. Yeah, I did prioritize that. Cool. Because at the moment we are reliant on our single engine. But once this is connected, we probably won't need that engine anymore unless we end up short of power. And once, that's it, can only build so many things at once. Once this is done and we've got power sorted, I'm going to rework the river. So we're going to put a sluice gate in here somewhere so that water flows into here. I mean, I could just delete these dams and replace them with a bridge or some platforms so that this just keeps this full, but I'm a little bit nervous about doing that. So at least until we have made the much deeper water store. Oh, we're down to 6 logs. Let's get some lumberjacking going on. There we go. We should be able to very quickly resolve that. In fact, we will actually pause the extra builder's hut that I built and get all of our lumberjacks going. So we've got 3 there. We maybe need another one here, actually. Let's throw another lumberjack just there. I also noticed, I think I corrected, these trees up here were not set to be cut originally. So, yeah. But that should sort that. That's just a temporary thing while we had all of our log stores full, and we didn't need them full. So let's delete this path back. No, let's not go all the way back. It's basically, we really need ladders for this. I guess we can get up to there from there. Delete that. To there and there. I'll let them build a bit more of that when they're bored. It's this junction is the challenge, because we don't actually really need to get this way. We only need to get this way, and we could do that by coming across in front of here. So let's enable that with some platforms. Yep, that works. Log situation has instantly improved, which is cool. Groundwater is fine. That's connected. So let's prioritize all of this so that we get this connected in. I think you just have to accept that when water comes back, it always floods unless you constantly have it controlled by sluice gates, which we might in the future. But yeah, that was a big surge in power. Right. We are almost across. I want to get the treated plank stores built. Yeah, the scrap metal's almost, well, the ruins are almost gone. That can be unpaused. Yeah, that's got 800 HP. That can be unpaused. Because we are now connected in to this. We are making use of our new power system. So once this is gone, we can move this. Is we can connect this one. I mean, we could build those. And as the beavers build the water wheels, I should prioritize them doing the power connections, I guess. And the matching thingies. We are now short of planks, so both our plank productions are running, so that's okay. That might have come from us getting short of logs for a bit as well, I guess. So yeah. Still got plenty of bad water. The water supply will recover just fine. We've obviously got lots more green now. No, I didn't mean to do that. It's an interesting bit of lag. What I meant to do was drag that in a straight line so that I could put in the 3 campfires that we've got. Let's do 1 that way, 2 that way. The 3 campfires that we've got down here. And then we can delete those. We can tidy up this mess of paths. And I'm going to put in a farm here. We're going to put some corn in eventually. Because we've got a lot more power now, so I'm not worried about putting in a food factory. Once most of this is built, I think probably we might get rid of some of these. Certainly this bank, because we're not really using them. Yep. It might make sense to blast a path across here so that we can keep this full of water. How are we doing over here? This guy got as far. No, he can. Beaver can still do those. That tree is 48% grown. Yes. Just not getting round to placing those explosives because they're doing those ones. I do love that you can put explosives on paths. It's just, again, I got so much building queued up with this that it's going to take a while, but we're now up to 3,700 HP. BP, not HP. I'm already forgetting that. I've changed that. Have we made it across? We have. So it is time to unlock the mine for 4,000 science. Yes. Yes, please. Path. Path. And start bringing across all of the stuff. Why are you going all the way out there? Why aren't you building the easy things? Speaking of easy things, we actually want them to build the mine. So if I look in the mine at the recipes, we want gears, treated planks, and dynamite stored here. So, and again, this is where these come in really handy because we can have a long, tiny warehouse for gears. Long, just 2 of those, so we can have gears, dynamite, treated planks, so we can store all of the inputs we need in quite a nice small amount, and then we can have a large industrial pile for the scrap metal set to supply. Because I'm feeling kind of look at that. It's maybe not very iron teethy, but let that go as well. That guy's just standing there hammering away building because they're delivering stuff so quick. Right. Does that mean... Nope, this is not empty yet, but it's getting there. Getting there. Right, they're all done. So you're empty as well. Yeah. Now, the downside of us going mining at this point is we are going to end up with a lot of injured beavers, and we're not ready for bots yet in my head. So, yep. That is a disadvantage. So, maybe one beneficial to build another large barracks there. Did I not actually connect those with paths? Yes, it's that one I need to connect. To build another large barrack there. And to put in some more breeding pods. Somewhere at some point. See if I've got that running. I don't need those running. Horrible noise. We can do that. And we can be a bit more efficient. Right, that's empty. So we can remove that. We can move this staircase over. I'm going to say 1, but we can't move it over 1 because there's a warehouse there. So we actually need to move it over more than 1, or yeah. So we come down here, which works. Let's do that. Actually, I don't dislike that. Yeah, it's not super efficient, but it kind of looks cool. I think. You may disagree, but I'm in charge here, so, you know. And we're going to medium prioritize all of that. And wow, they are really cracking on with that. I think treated planks is going to be our limiting factor. That can basically be set to be emptied. Yeah, we've got a few little building projects going on, so I'm not going to put any more in place yet. Can we blow this up yet? No, we cannot. Okay. So I could, once, because we could blast all of this out as well, and then we could use these sluice gates. We could put in better position sluice gates, and we could use those to keep this at the correct temperature, depth. But we're going to feed this from over here, probably with sluice gates to keep it full. Not sure yet. Not sure. There's so many building things to do. And only so much time. Yeah, almost all of the logs in. I've just checked and we're already at about an hour, which is flown by. We're going to keep going for a little bit more though, because I'm having fun. So yeah, I think we've got some homeless beavers. So given that that's just logs, let's get that going. So is there any problem with me just deleting those and replacing them with a bridge? I don't think so. Right, we're going to do that. Can't use a bridge, we've got to use platforms, so let's just delete those and build platforms. And what that's going to do is mean that the water supply in here will now keep these pumps fed as well. Now, I believe that the way these work is they do it off of the depth of the block below, so they will ignore the fact that it is deeper here. Yeah. Yeah, so that's my understanding. Right, that's built, so we can now get rid of that and that. And we can put a double platform there and a corner. And let's prioritize all of those, and we'll get that power into the grid. Not that we need it. It's slowly processing all of our, in fact, our metal storage is full. So we have a drought on the way. I'm going to swap one of these to be metal for now. I get that it's horrendously inefficient, them having to bring it all the way up there, but you know, is what it is. So that's just waiting for treated planks now. So hopefully the beavers are back on building this stuff. So let's get them focused on the next batch of wheels. So our 3-way straight power shafts. There we go. I think that looks quite cool. Oh, we need to get some more bad water going again. We're down to 33. Awesome. Housing was built. Let's prioritize that so that we can get these deleted. And I think we'll run up to the drought, see how this behaves. Now I've deleted the dams that were in here. Yep. They're working on placing the explosives down there, which means they must have finished in here. Yeah, so let's detonate that. And I'm not going to bother going any deeper because that's below the level of the sluices. So what we are going to do is collect those and then just start removing that plinth. And then maybe we start cutting some of this stuff out. So we need to get down to it, which is going to be a bit of a faff. So I'm going to leave it for today. So foresters have cleared a whole bunch of that wood cutting down. So we'll pause a few of those, let them do some other things. Yeah, so the idea is that this will be cut into the hillside a bit and just focus it down into that channel. We can probably start deleting some of those stairs now. Yeah. Right, those were built, so let's let's delete these. And then we just want a more focused path. I think what we're going to do is go across there and there. And I really need to do better with rooftop terraces, but that's a job for next time. So we'll do a pass on well-being again very soon. Let's just do another block of these. I think actually getting them to focus on individual sets is being much more effective. So, and what I love is that even during a drought, we still have more power than we need, and we really don't need you running. Yeah, we really don't. Which is very cool. So I am going to pause 2 of those, because otherwise we're going to really be taking a lot of water out here. But what we should see is that this just keeps water in here and keeps our water supply good over the 5 days. Is my hope. So we've almost got all the gears done, and it's just 200 treated planks. But we're okay for metal at the moment. So once that's empty, like that, we can remove it. And we'll get them to come clean up the rubbish. This is going in nice and quick, actually. So we need another little doohickey there. And then that there. That there. That there. And then prioritize those. And yeah. Because you're not connected in yet. That's why you're not giving me a better reading on power. Not worried about getting those built yet. Yes, it's just 196 treated planks. That might take a while. That might take a while. But yeah, you can see having that set the way it is, it's doing its thing. I meant to delete you as well. Because we can then farm this whole corner. And actually, once I've been more smarter, and we've got some water retention going on through the river system, which is a job once we've got this stuff sorted. Then that'll all stay green. It's weird that they're not building. I think I placed those last. I think that's why. They're not going to be able to get to those, are they? Yeah. Ladders again. Ladders would be gooder. I'm not going to change. Did that actually get placed? Yeah, I'm not going to change anything else with this setup until we've got most of the upper level built. I mean, I could start just get the path. One thing I really like, you can drag levees in 2 dimensions now, which is kind of cool. You could do that as well. Because that's the height I think we're going to go to. I guess we could do the same here. Like that. Actually, don't do that. Let's come all the way back to the point that it needs to be, and then we don't need to build a staircase. There we go. So you can kind of start to get the idea of how much bigger that's going to be. And the idea is hopefully that that will support this whole river system through here, keeping all of it hydrated through a sequence of sluices. I think we'll see if we can get this one connected up, and then I'm going to call it a day because I need to edit this video and get it uploaded because it is Sunday afternoon and this video is due to go live on Monday morning. Let's get some picking stuff up done as well, beavers, because you're being a bit messy. Let's get some gears made again because we've got a bit low on those. Yeah, we could do with growing more mangroves, which I'm going to plant down through here once we've sorted out this. What I would like to do is, in preparation for that, just put some explosives across there to square that off. Because I'm hoping that we can get rid of all of the power wheels from here. Because this is generating a significant amount of power. And in reality, we can throw in some gravity batteries if we need to, because what we could do, it's really annoying actually that they've put in the upward power shafts, but they've not done like a T version so that you could intersect it straight in and bring power up out of the middle. That would be cool. Because what I'm thinking is, so what we might have to do is come in and up and across, but we could place, we could go up to like here and then hang gravity batteries off the side inside and store power up overnight if we needed to, unless Mr. Battery Smooth is working on getting the flywheels mod converted, and then we will be using that because that mod is awesome. It looks like it'll be at least another video until we have the mine sorted. So I couldn't think of the word. But yeah, this seems to be doing good. We are all the way through the drought and that has not gone dry, which is great. That's pretty much all placed. So you, Mr. Tree, are going to be demolished. And if I hadn't have deleted the staircase, we would have got all of these placed. Actually, I think we're just going to rebuild said staircase. There we go. So we do explosives there. So much of the tech tree we need to unlock still. And then we're going to do... I don't like putting them there, actually. But the whole thing's kind of jagged coming out, isn't it? So it really probably doesn't make a lot of difference. Loose gates. Levies. Really not like that. And then... No. You... 1%. 1%. There we go. Let's high prioritize those. We'll get this one finished. And then I think I'm going to have to call it a day today. And we can medium prioritize all of that. And that will essentially make this redundant. And basically in the future, once I've got it all done, fresh water will come from this one into this and fill this up. And fresh water from this one will go into a huge holding tank. Is the plan. And irrigate sections of the map. That is the plan. Whether I can achieve that or not is a different question. There we go. So the theory is that when the sluices close, then the bad water will just fall off the back into here, into this existing bad water system. Right. Yeah. And then over here, we've now got even more built. Awesome. So that means we need to prioritize all of this to connect to the power. There we go. Yeah, I'm really liking how this is looking so far. And you will have probably seen it already from the thumbnail. But, you know, that's kind of cheating, I think. So, just going to prioritize that one. And yeah, I think that's it for today. So quite a lot done, it feels. Quite a lot done, but still so many things in my head to be thinking about building. We're down to 51 logs again. Jeez. I guess because we're waiting for the oaks to pop again. Yeah. Oh well. Hopefully we've got enough logs to build our way across here. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, click the like button. Let's have a quick look. Not actually, I'm just thinking, as I say, not too many of our patrons in the list today, but that's because I'm playing on my laptop and I don't have the list on here, so that's probably screwed up the naming. Yeah, I need to sort that. I have some thirsty beavers running around as well, but there is plenty of water for them. So anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, click the like button. Comments, questions and suggestions are welcome as always. I do try and reply to them all, and I do try and remember them as I'm playing. If I forget, I'm sorry. Do try. And I'll see you next time.